Hey y'all, hey, I'm your girl Miss Nico and you are now tuned in once again to another episode of Your Mama Can't Cook. Cause did she show you how to make these homemade buttermilk biscuits? Yeah, I didn't think so, but you already know I got you, so let's just get into the ingredients that we're gonna need, all right? Now, clearly we're gonna need some flour, some salt, some shortening or some butter, some sugar, any kind will do, some buttermilk, and some baking powder. Is really that simple, okay? Now, before you start, preheat your oven to 425, and let's get started with our dry ingredients. Now, you know we mix them separately, all right? So we're gonna add 2 cups of flour to a bowl, and to those 2 cups of flour, we will add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a half a tablespoon of salt, a third of a tablespoon of sugar, and then we're gonna mix that together and add our shortening or our butter. Now this shortening has been refrigerated. I use a half of a stick of this. That is equal to a half a cup of butter. If you're gonna use butter, make sure your butter sticks are frozen. You can kind of use a cheese grater to shred it into your mixture so you don't have to do this step. But if you're using shortening, which is what I prefer to use, you just take your fork and mash down the pieces until you get a pea-sized amount, all right? And once you get all those pieces mashed down good enough, you just make a well in the middle, and then you add 1 cup of buttermilk to that, and then you set another cup of buttermilk to the side, all right? What y'all see me doing right here is gently folding the ingredients together, okay? If you don't know what gently folding the ingredients mean, use your eyeballs and look at what I'm doing, okay? This is folding the ingredients together. When you're making biscuits, you want to handle the dough very gently. I don't know if it looks like I'm handling it a little bit rough, but y'all just remember this video is sped up. But you want your mix to just come together, okay? You don't want it to be too wet or too dry. You want it to just come together, because in the next step that we're going to do, that's when you're going to make sure it comes all the way together. But like I said, if you overhandle your biscuits or overmix your dough, it will come out tough, more like a roll, you know, and less like a biscuit. So to keep them fluffy and tender and soft and all that, handle them gently, fold the ingredients together, all right? Now, prepare your sheet and then go ahead and get some parchment paper or something non-stick that you can turn your biscuit dough out onto, because you're going to do exactly what you see me doing, just folding the dough on top of itself. I'm pressing down and patting very gently, y'all. Once again, I don't know if it looks like I'm pushing it down a little bit rough. I am barely pushing it down, and I'm just kind of patting it just to kind of get a little bit of those layers and just to mix it the rest of the way, basically. Be gentle. Now, if you like your biscuits perfectly round, make sure you get yourself a biscuit cutter, or you can use a cookie cutter, or you can use a cup if you want to. Me personally, I never cared, okay? I take the fork that I mix this biscuit mix together with, and I just scoop out the biscuits and lay them on the pan with that, because one thing about it, they look good, they taste even better. We gonna eat them regardless, all right? The dough that you see here is not gonna be the same amount that you get, because I made twice the batch. There's a whole lot of big bags up in here. We like to eat biscuits. I made enough for 2 days. That's the rest of the mixture. Refrigerate the rest of your dough if you have any left over, and just throw them in the oven at 425 for 16 minutes. And what do you get? You get to brag about how you got the best biscuits on the block. Yeah. Now, when I take mine out the oven, I like to top mine with some melted butter and some flake salt. And you do not have to top them with either one. If you do top it with butter, it does not have to be topped with a flake salt. I'm just bougie like that, and that's just what I prefer. But here you are. You feel me? And this right here is just for me to make y'all jealous, because y'all ain't had these biscuits yet, okay? I just cutting it open, showing you how fluffy and soft and delicious the biscuits are. And these them biscuits that's gonna make me tell you that your mama can't cook, because you ain't never made nothing like this before, okay? And again, they don't have to be perfectly round, but they gonna perfectly go down with whatever you put on. I put some jam on mine. Them 3 extra pounds I added to my back, no problem. I just need you to know that these biscuits is fire. If you have kids, they gonna be sound like an episode of Martin talking about my mama biscuits the next day at school. I promise you, all day. They're gonna want that recipe. Give it to them. Tell them watch, all right? Either way, let me know what you think if you try them out. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Your Mama Can't Cook. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you. Bye.